Hello everyone, I'm Anthony Gallegos, right alongside Brian Altano. And we're here to tell you about a new action RPG called Second Chance Heroes. Brian, if you're not familiar with this,
I'm completely unfamiliar.
This is an unannounced game. I mean, well, now it's being announced. We're doing the announcement. So
we're announcing this game right now?
Yeah.
All right.
So
now I'm excited.
It's an action RPG like Diablo, but pared down to be a lot more simplistic than those games. And so the premise here, let me actually, I'm going to enter the lobby. And so I have these two characters here. I have Napoleon and Lincoln. The reason it's called Second Chance Heroes is that you're playing as basically deceased heroes from the past.
Are they zombies?
No, but they've been cloned and are returning to help fight off, things around the world, such as zombies and aliens and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And so it is an action RPG, but it's a lot more simplistic than a lot of them. So instead of having like Diablo, where you have a bunch of new abilities you're getting over time constantly, you basically have one attack and one special ability. That's it for each character. But you get a bunch of characters as you continue to play. So they kind of mix in variability by making sure that as you're going, you're unlocking new characters from throughout history. So I'm taking Lincoln and Napoleon. You can also upgrade them a little bit with these slots where you can equip additional items that give them a little bit of additional abilities and powers. So I have my two characters. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to enter the level so I can actually show you what this is like. Yeah, it obviously doesn't take itself very seriously. All the comics that are drawn in between are really kind of silly. Okay. So it is very much a traditional action RPG in the sense that it's about shooting, killing things. I should also note that the voiceover you're hearing is temporary. It's all internal. They actually haven't done the professional recording for it yet.
Nolan North hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah, basically the professionals haven't come in. A lot of times
you're destroying all this wonderful moonshine.
A lot of times with game development, what they do is they do, they have someone in the studio do placeholder voiceover just to make sure that it works before they bring in the professionals. So it's a very silly game. It doesn't take itself seriously. Like there are little bonuses in each of these levels, like kill zombie chickens. Really kind of silly and stupid. But one of the core tenets of the game is that, first off, it's multiplayer, just like Diablo. But the other is that you can actively switch characters on the fly. So now I'm Abe Lincoln with a chainsaw, murdering and cutting people apart.
Wow. That's not canon.
No, that's not canon. I don't think there was the part where Abe Lincoln came, freed the slaves, and then went to work cutting everyone apart.
He would have been good with a chainsaw, though.
I imagine so.
Wow, well, that guy just kind of... You saw his butt before he died, too. Interesting. So what's the whole mushroom motif here?
That's just the sort of... That's just sort of the cave environment that we're in at the moment. Let me see if I can... Yeah. Take that zombie chicken. So yeah, you play as a bunch of different heroes from throughout history. Oh, man. I think I just got tripped out on drugs, Brian. All my controls are reversed. What is going on? Like I said, it's a really weird game to kind of wrap your head around because it's really kind of when you first see it, it's really kind of strange.
Yeah.
Diablo and all those games are very serious, very dark. They're your traditional.
This is what Diablo looked like when everyone complained about it before they had to change it.
Yeah, I mean, there's
actually fun and colorful looking.
Yeah, and there's not blood and gore and that sort of things. Like I said, each character does have one special ability. So, in that case, Napoleon, who was actually in real life, a notoriously tiny person, hence the term Napoleon complex. He fires a giant cannon. I think this guy's gonna make me trip balls. Yep, there we go. Let me see. I'll switch.
Wow.
I'll switch to Abe. But yeah, in a lot of ways, it is very much like other, more traditional action RPGs. Very sort of, repetitive gameplay intentionally, where you are, mangling monsters and trying to get through the level. But characters aren't really dropping loot and that sort of thing. You're not really worrying about that. You're not outfitting a character. The only loot you're ever worrying about are those two little equipment slots, and you kind of unlock those as you go through over time. I've only had a chance to play a little bit of it. The game comes out later this year, and it's not going to be a free-to-play game. It's going to be a straight-up, buy it one time, one and done.
Is this PC only right now?
Yeah, it is at this point.
Got it.
Although I will say that unlike a lot of traditional action RPGs, you can play the entire thing with a controller. So I know some people that's important to them.
People like me.
Yeah. On top of
babies.
That's not what I was trying to say. So you also get special abilities that you drop like one-time use abilities that you can use.
Like
so like
a
right
disco
now.
ball?
Yeah, I just put a disco ball down, which is why all the zombies are now dancing, giving me a chance to clean up on them. So the storyline of the game is really silly. Obviously, you know, it's like a guy resurrects a bunch of heroes to save people. There are kung fu zombies. Obviously, the game is definitely not, like I said, it's really silly and it knows it. I mean, most of the quips the characters make, like Abe Lincoln will make, you know, a quip where he might be like 4 score and I killed a bunch of people or something. I don't know, kind of quips off of things that have come.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, like I said, traditional action RPG things, right? Dodging traps. In a lot of ways, it's not really doing anything all that different. I just think where it could maybe do better, or where it could stand out, is the fact that it isn't taking itself as seriously as a lot of those action RPGs, and it's much more approachable. It's not like even in Diablo, where they made it to where you can constantly switch abilities, there's still a lot of abilities that you have to constantly think about how you know what you're doing and how you're switching between them, and that's a lot for a lot of people to have to think about.
Right.
Not that I know. You're not the biggest action RPG player, Brian Altano.
They get me here and there.
Yeah.
Depending on which historical figures this game non-canonically employs.
Yeah, I mean,
I
right
might
now,
have to sign up for this.
Right now, the only ones they've talked about are Joan of Arc, Abraham Lincoln, Napoleon, and
then there's the Martin Luther King DLC.
And Queen Elizabeth.
I made that up, by the way.
Queen Elizabeth wields a chain gun. I don't know
what?
this. Yeah, I don't know exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like this is like if a little kid were to be like, I love Abraham Lincoln, and in my history, Abraham Lincoln used a chainsaw and he killed people, and yeah, I think I'm about to fight a giant monster walrus, because why not?
Wow, I like this art style.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like these little frieze, like 60s style, like
it's really cool
comic friezes. Yeah.
So this game is very like
it's
like
a walrus
video
with a laser eye.
It's like, you know, screw it.
Exactly,
Let's
right?
do whatever we want. We don't need reasons for anything.
Exactly. So like a lot of games get really caught up in
the lore and the
exactly. Yeah. How are we going to explain the fact that Abraham Lincoln is fighting a walrus with a laser in its eye? And this game's just like, why?
These guys are just having fun. I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to go all the way through this battle. I just wanted to give a sort of brief look at Second Chance Heroes coming out. They're aiming for summer. They're going to launch a Steam Greenlight campaign, so you can vote for it there, and pricing and all that to be determined. If you go to the article on IGN, you can actually sign up for the upcoming betas and stuff that they're going to be doing. So
go give it a first chance.
A first chance for the Second Chance Heroes. For this and a lot more on all things action RPGs and really all things video games. Where should they go, Brian?
I think IGN.com would be a good place to start, and then nowhere else. This is the only site you'll ever need.